At the first court hearing, which is usually within 48 hours of the arrest, excluding weekends and holidays, a criminal defense attorney can argue to a judge that a particular defendant is a good candidate for OR release. Here are the factors judges typically consider. Number one, can the defendant be trusted to appear in court? What this simply means is the defendant going to take the matter seriously? Are they going to show up on time? They're not going to oversleep. They're not going to miss a court date and then the next time show up say, oh, I had to go to work. None of that matters. Judges do not care. If you have a required court date, it takes precedence over everything else in your life. You got to show up. Number two, the defendant is not a flight risk. Quite simply, the judge is looking for some sort of assurance that the defendant will not leave the city, leave the state, or leave the country. For example, if the judge gets information that the defendant spends half the year working in Tijuana, Mexico, he may rule him to be a flight risk. Number three, the defendant does not pose a physical danger to the community. Obviously, this argument is mostly for those people who have been charged with nonviolent crimes. Number four, the defendant's lack of a criminal record or minimal criminal record, and the defendant made all required appearances associated with those charges. Number five, the defendant has strong ties to the community, like a family and a job. Judges are often impressed when a defendant's family members and employer personally appear to support them at a bail hearing. And finally, if a defendant has in fact retained the services of a criminal defense attorney, it gives the appearance that the defendant is serious and committed to fighting the charges. If your arguments are persuasive and the judge rules in your favor, you will be released on your own recognizance. This is fantastic news because you will not be in custody throughout the duration of the proceedings, provided you make all your required court dates, but also it means you will not have to post bail or purchase a bond, which means you will save a lot of money because you won't have to hire a bail bond company.